the answer to the 60,000 stadium capacity question, to Mike Ashley taking Newcastle United to court, to revealing Newcastle's centre-back shortlist amid Botman's injury, to the Dan Burn and Callum Wilson replacements,
Perfect.
to the latest development on Bruno Guimaraes' future, plus is Nick Pope back?
Could be.
As per, join us as we break it all down.
Let's go.
Starting off, former Newcastle United owner Mike Ashley has initiated legal proceedings against the club in a dispute over the next season's kit. The claim has been filed in the Competition Appeal Tribunal and alleges that Newcastle abused its dominant market position by refusing to supply the new Adidas kit for the 2024-25 season to Ashley's company, Sports Direct. Ashley contends that the decision to favor JD Sports and exclusively sell the kit through the manufacturers, the club shop, and the website violates competition law. Newcastle has until March 28 to submit their reply, following which Sports Direct will have an opportunity to respond during a hearing scheduled for April. This lawsuit is the latest point of contention between Ashley and Newcastle's new owners. Previous disputes have centered around the terms of a loan that facilitated the takeover and the removal of Sports Direct signage at St. James's Park. Ashley's claim seeks an injunction to prevent Newcastle from denying the supply of kits to Sports Direct, as well as damages, costs, and interest. When approached for comment by Sky Sports News, Newcastle declined to provide a statement. Then, Newcastle United CEO Darren Eales has informed supporters that the club expects to receive the results from a fan feasibility report next month. Eales shared this information during a meeting with fans at the inaugural Fan Advisory Board held at the end of the previous month. The results and transcripts from the meeting are now available. During the meeting, Eales was asked about the timeline for delivering indications on ground improvements and increased capacity. In response, he stated that the club anticipates receiving an initial report in April 2024. When asked about the ideal capacity of the stadium, with 60,000 seats mentioned as an example, Eales explained that the feasibility study would help answer key questions, including determining the ideal capacity. Eales was queried once again about whether staying at St. James's Park was a priority for the club's owners. He responded by stating that the priority is indeed to remain at St. James's Park, but acknowledged the challenges surrounding development. To assess the feasibility from engineering and financial perspectives, the club has engaged experts to evaluate the possibilities. According to notes from the meeting, an overview of the ongoing Stadium Feasibility Survey project was provided, with the aim of exploring what is possible and ensuring a greater number of supporters can attend matches. The club emphasized that its priority in commissioning the project was to stay at St. James's Park, but no recommendations have been made yet. The fan feasibility report, expected to be received in April, will likely provide valuable insights and recommendations regarding ground improvements and potential capacity increases at St. James's Park. Then in some transfer news, Newcastle United is reportedly once again targeting Slovenian striker Benjamin Sesko as they look to strengthen their attacking options in the upcoming summer transfer window. The club's recruitment team has continued to monitor potential options, and Sesko has emerged as a key target. Sesko, a 20-year-old Slovenia international, first caught Newcastle's attention before he joined RB Leipzig. He has had a productive season, scoring 7 goals in 11 Bundesliga starts. However, the performances of another new signing at RB Leipzig, Lois Openda, have somewhat overshadowed Sesko's progress. Openda, a Belgian international striker, has scored 23 goals in 37 appearances this season. Sources suggest that Sesko himself is considering his future and could potentially activate a release clause in his contract to facilitate a move this summer, especially due to reported interest from English clubs. The release clause is estimated to be around £45 million, making it an appealing option for Premier League suitors. Newcastle United is not the only Premier League club interested in Sesko. Arsenal, Chelsea, Tottenham Hotspur, and Manchester United are among the other clubs that have been following the young striker's career closely. Sesko is rated highly. Former Leipzig technical director Christopher Vivell said about him in 2023, "Benjamin Sesko is among the game's top young talents and has enormous potential to become a top player. He has all the qualities to do that. He's extremely quick, has a great jump on him, and is strong in the air. Benjamin is a real goal scorer who, despite his 1.95 meters, 6'4", is mobile and technically strong. His abilities make him a special player with a special profile. With the potential departure of Callum Wilson and uncertainty surrounding the long-term future of Alexander Isak, Newcastle sees Sesko as a potential solution to bolster their attacking options. The club plans to use the international window to assess Sesko's progress and evaluate the possibility of a summer move. Newcastle United is also reportedly expressing interest in Feyenoord defender Quilinski Hartman as they prepare for the upcoming summer transfer window. According to an exclusive report by Steve Kay for Football Transfers, Newcastle manager Eddie Howe is keen on acquiring another left back for the team, with Arsenal's Oleksandr Zinchenko also being considered as an option. Hartman, valued at around £24 million, has made a strong impression in the Eredivisie with his speed, tough tackling, and energetic style of play on the left side of the defense. The 22-year-old, standing at 6 feet tall, has recorded 7 assists in 37 appearances this season and has earned 4 caps for the Dutch national team. Football Transfers suggests that Newcastle has developed a good relationship with Feyenoord following a loan agreement involving Yankuba Minteh, who spent the season on loan in Rotterdam. This positive connection could potentially assist in the pursuit of Hartman if Newcastle decides to intensify their interest in the player. The potential move for Hartman is one to keep an eye on, although it may raise questions regarding Newcastle's loan-to-buy move for Lewis Hall, which is expected to cost £28 million this summer. The club's interest in another left-back suggests that they are considering alternative options and evaluating potential reinforcements for that position. Furthermore, Newcastle United is aiming to gain an advantage in the race to sign Bournemouth's Lloyd Kelly this summer. The 25-year-old left-sided centre-back is set to depart the Vitality Stadium as his contract comes to an end, and Newcastle sees him as an ideal replacement for their injured player Sven Botman. Despite interest from several Premier League clubs such as Tottenham Hotspur and Liverpool, as well as overseas sides like Monaco and Stuttgart, Kelly would have the familiarity of playing under manager Eddie Howe if he chooses to join Newcastle. Howe had expressed his admiration for Kelly during his time at Bournemouth, even signing him for a bargain fee of £13 million from Bristol City. In 2020, Howe spoke highly of Kelly, stating that he believed the defender had the potential to be a top player and achieve great things if he can avoid injuries. Considering Newcastle's concerns about financial fair play, FFP, and profit and sustainability regulations, PSR, securing a high-profile free transfer like Kelly would allow the club to allocate funds to other areas of their recruitment strategy. The club has been extensively scouting centre-back options in recent weeks, with scout Andy Howe, who has previous experience with Bournemouth, having already conducted thorough research. Newcastle's management team is aware that they have a significant advantage in their pursuit of Kelly if they can secure his signature. By signing Kelly, Newcastle hopes to bolster their defensive lineup and benefit from his potential while also adhering to financial considerations. Newcastle United is reportedly considering a summer transfer move for Torino defender Alessandro Buongiorno as a potential alternative to Atalanta's Giorgi Scalvini. While Scalvini remains a long-term target and has been extensively scouted by the club, Buongiorno is among several options currently being considered. At 24 years old, Buongiorno earned a call-up to the Italian national team last summer and has played a significant role in Torino's strong defensive performance this season, with the team boasting the fourth-best defensive record in Serie A, conceding only 26 goals in 29 games. Newcastle has been closely monitoring several centre-back options, including Antonio Silva from Benfica, Edmond Tapsoba from Bayer Leverkusen, Ousmane Diomande from Sporting Lisbon, and Tosin Adarabioyo from Fulham, all of whom were scouted last summer. The club is eager to bring in a player who can compete with and eventually replace Fabian Schär in the centre-back position. Additionally, with Sven Botman set to miss the first few months of the 2024-25 season due to ACL surgery, there is a need for left-sided cover as well. Injuries have been a concern for Newcastle this season. Both Sean Longstaff and Joe Willock have been managing ongoing injuries, while Alexander Isak has been dealing with a groin issue. It remains to be seen if any of these players will require surgery in the coming months. With the potential for further injuries and the need to strengthen the squad, it is expected to be a busy summer at St. James's Park for Newcastle United. Then, Bruno Guimaraes has expressed uncertainty about his future at Newcastle United and believes that the club rushed things too quickly following their struggles to maintain last season's success. Newcastle manager Eddie Howe has acknowledged the possibility of having to sell one of their key players in order to comply with Premier League spending rules, and Guimaraes could potentially be among those who are let go. Both Manchester City and Paris Saint-Germain have shown interest in Guimaraes, and a £100 million sale in the summer would help Newcastle balance their books. Guimaraes played a pivotal role in Newcastle's return to the Champions League after a 20-year absence, but he admits that he doesn't know what the future holds. Speaking at a press conference ahead of a Brazil game, Guimaraes stated that he is happy at the club and grateful for his time at Newcastle. He also expressed disappointment about the season, but highlighted the possibility of finishing at least 7th in the Premier League, which could secure a spot in the Europa League or Conference League and bring European competition back to the club. Newcastle experienced significant success last season, finishing in the top 4 and reaching the Carabao Cup final. However, the club has faced financial challenges due to the substantial investment by their Saudi owners. Newcastle reported losses of £73.4 million for the year ending June 2023 and a total of £150 million over the past 2 years. The team has also struggled this season with unsuccessful summer signings and numerous injuries. Guimaraes acknowledged that he anticipated some of these difficulties when he signed for the club, noting that things were progressing rapidly. Despite the challenges, he highlighted the club's achievements, including reaching a final and qualifying for the Champions League after a long absence. He attributed the team's struggles this season to injuries and suspensions, expressing disappointment but also understanding that such setbacks can occur. In the upcoming friendly between Brazil and England, Guimaraes may face his Newcastle teammate Anthony Gordon, who received his first England call-up. Guimaraes praised Gordon's performances, describing him as an incredible player who deserves the opportunity to represent England. He expressed happiness for Gordon and emphasized that playing against each other would be significant for both of them and for the club. Then finally, Eddie Howe, Newcastle United's manager, provided an optimistic update on the injured starting goalkeeper Nick Pope ahead of the FA Cup quarter-finals matchup against Manchester City. Howe stated that if Pope's recovery progresses well without setbacks, there is hope for his return by mid to late April. While April is the target, Howe mentioned that it is more likely to be towards the end of the month. He expressed satisfaction with Pope's solid progress during his rehabilitation in his pre-game press conference. Pope, who has been Newcastle's first-choice goalkeeper since joining from Burnley 2 years ago, has been sidelined since December due to a dislocated shoulder. The injury has been one of the most significant setbacks suffered by any first-team member this season. Howe acknowledged the challenges that Pope still faces in his recovery process and emphasized the importance of not rushing his comeback. Given the nature of Newcastle's season, there is no need to risk a re-injury that could impact Pope's availability for the start of the next season in August 2024. While Pope has resumed some level of training, he has not yet started diving, which is considered a significant milestone in his recovery. Howe highlighted the importance of Pope regaining sharpness and achieving full fitness before considering his return to competitive play. Pope underwent surgery for his shoulder injury, and the initial prognosis suggested a 4 to 5 month absence. Reports had circulated a few weeks ago suggesting a potential return by the end of March, but Howe's recent comments put an end to those speculations. In Pope's absence, Martin Dubravka has taken over the goalkeeping duties and reclaimed the goalkeeping number 1 role he held before Newcastle signed Pope in June 2022. Considering the limited time between Pope's expected return and the end of domestic competitions, it will be challenging for him to secure a place in the England squad for the upcoming Euro 2024 tournament. Pope missed out on last summer's national team selection due to an injury, with Sam Johnston taking his place. With just 1 month of play expected between his return and the end of domestic competitions, Pope is unlikely to be included in Gareth Southgate's plans for the tournament. Then, if you want to know the multi-year deal Newcastle United has confirmed following £65 million agreements, click the video link on screen now.
That was easy.